Okay, so I'm going to walk you through how to hire international talent, appointment setters, virtual assistants, and this is how we do it at apexsetting.com. It's my business, and we basically hire setters, we train them, we manage them for businesses, and I'm going to show you how to hire, where to hire from, and the best places to hire from. So this isn't a ADHD kind of video with lots of editing. It's going to be very boring. So if you want to know how to hire, this is the video. So the most common mistakes really is people hiring the cheapest person available, prioritizing cost over capability, almost always results in poor performance and costly rehiring cycles. So you're always going to be rehiring. Years in a role don't guarantee the mindset, drive, or the communication skills that remote success demands. So don't just hire on experience. People will say, I've got all this experience, but it doesn't mean anything, right? Trusting a CV over tested ability. So it's very easy. A polished CV is easy to fabricate. Without a practical assessment, you're hiring on faith rather than evidence. Assuming country determines quality, geography is a data point, not a hiring strategy. Elite and poor performers exist in every single country. The real cost of a poor hiring. A great remote hire can genuinely outperform an average local employee at a fraction of the cost, but poor hiring decisions compound quickly. The hidden costs go far beyond the hourly rate. So you have constant retraining. If you hire badly, you've got to constantly retrain them. You've got high turnover, repeated hiring cycles, drain your resources, money and time. Misleads, poor setters let warm prospects go cold. So they're not going to be able to move with speed, and founder burnout. So micromanaging is going to be a thing. It's going to be your new hobby, which means you're going to have to micromanage everyone. This is the things you have to deal with if you hire someone who is basically a bad performer. The goal isn't finding cheap labor. The goal is building a high performance team that scales without you needing to do it, without you needing to be there. So what makes a great appointment setter? Before deciding which country to hire from, you must first understand what separates an elite setter from an average one. These 6 traits constantly predict long-term success, and none of them are geography dependent. So communication, clear spoken and well-written English across every interaction. The ability to articulate value, build rapport, and guide a conversation without confusion or ambiguity. Okay, sales ability, confidence, asking qualifying questions, being able to handle objections gracefully, and guiding conversations naturally towards a booked appointment without pressure or pushiness. Coachability, they are able to accept feedback without defensiveness, implements changes immediately, improves measurably week on week. Elite setters actively seek coaching rather than avoid it. They want you to tell them what to do. Emotional intelligence, reading between the lines, building genuine trust, understanding what a prospect actually means, not just what they say. If you are an experienced setter, for example, right, you're going to understand when a person says something, what they actually mean. And if you don't have experience, you're not going to know that. You're just going to take their words for face value. Professionalism. So reliable, punctual, and organized. Shows up prepared, respects the deadlines, and communicates proactively when issues arise without needing to be chased, right? You want someone who's professional. Next is ownership mentality. So they treat the business like it's their own. They take initiative. They try to solve problems independently, and they hold themselves accountable for the results, not just their effort. So none of these traits depend on where someone was born or raised. Character and capability transcend the country. So best countries for appointment setters. While quality individuals exist everywhere, certain countries consistently produce stronger pools of appointment setting talent due to cultural alignment, language, proficiency, work ethic. So here's kind of how they stack up. So South Africa, right? We've got 5-star. The top recommendation for English-speaking appointment setters: South African candidates bring a neutral accent, exceptional communication, confidence, and a strong cultural alignment with both UK and US buyers. They excel in high-ticket environments, and it's ideal for coaches, agencies, and consultants, and premium offer businesses. Philippines, again, is great. Outstanding customer service culture and a massive remote workforce. Filipino setters are warm, friendly, and highly reliable, making them excellent for inbound inquiry handling. They're able to do follow-up, CRMs, management, and appointment setting at scale, particularly well suited to businesses. One thing I will say about Philippines is that a lot of the people there are mainly VAs, right? So you may get someone who's a VA and they say they're a setter, but that's why you need to test them in other ways, which I'm going to talk to you about. So Serbia, Croatia, Romania, frequently overlooked, consistently impressive. Eastern European talent brings a high level of education, professionalism, and strong business communication ethic. These candidates are excellent fit for B2B appointment setting roles, etc. So English speaking markets is more of a premium tier. So the gold standard for communication and quality at a premium price. You're going to be paying a lot for English speaking, reserved for enterprise sales, complex closing roles, and leadership positions where native fluency is non-negotiable, right? If you want someone who's native, you got to go and pay the higher fee. So higher cost is justifiable when the deal size or branding position demands it, not necessarily for all appointment setting roles. So the best countries for virtual assistants. VA roles reward organization, reliability, and technical competence over sales ability. The countries below consistently produce exceptional administrative and operational talent at significant cost advantages. So, Philippines, the gold standard for VAs. Filipino VAs are the most in demand globally, and for a reason. They have good English, strong work ethic, and genuine commitment to their employers. Make them ideal for inbox management, CRM updates, calendar management, etc. Pakistan, rapidly growing and increasingly impressive. Pakistan's remote workforce has expanded significantly. Strong candidates are available for technical support, marketing assistance, admin, and operations. Then you have India, outstanding technical depth. India produces some of the strongest technical VA talent available, particularly powerful for automations, CRM setup, operations, and data reporting, AI workflow, and excellent choice for businesses scaling their tech stack. And also you have Bangladesh is exceptional value for operational tasks. Bangladesh offers strong talent for data entry, research, operational work. It's very cost effective as well. Okay. So also cheapest doesn't mean the best. The ROI mindset shift. Most founders are asking the wrong question. The true cost of a hire is never the hourly rate. It's the revenue generated, the management burden created, and the results produced per pound spent. So setter A, let's say a cheap setter, right? They book 10 calls a month. They require daily management and supervision, makes frequent avoidable mistakes, poor communication, high retraining, always retraining them, high risk of turnover within the 3 months. Okay, so you're always having to retrain them. And you're always needing to fire them as well. But let's say you have setter B, premium, costs 3 times as much, but they book 40 calls a month, requires very little day-to-day supervision, improves independently between coaching sessions, strong rapport building with high ticket prospects, consistent, reliable, output week on week, long-term retention, and they hold their role. So the real calculation, setter A costs less per hour but generates 75% fewer booked calls, requires significantly more management, and is far more likely to churn, forcing you to restart the hiring cycle within a couple of weeks, not even months. Setter B costs 3 times more but delivers 4 times the output with a fraction of the supervision. On a cost per call basis, setter B is dramatically cheaper, right? 4 times more revenue, less management, lower turnover, no costly rehiring. So always optimize for the ROI, not the cost. Or shall I say not the cost per hour. So green flags during hiring. Elite candidates demonstrate who they are before they're ever officially hired. The interview process is itself a performance preview. How someone communicates, prepares, and conducts themselves in the hiring stage is a direct indicator of how they'll show up on the job. Communication green flags. Replies to message quickly and professionally. Uses correct grammar. Speaks with clarity and confidence on camera. Gives detailed, thoughtful answers, not just one-liners. They're very in tune. Professional green flags. They arrive early. Their cameras on, well lit, presentable, quiet, distraction-free, stable, internet with no technical excuses. Mindset green flags. Take ownership of past outcomes. No blame shifting. Actively welcomes feedback and coaching. They want you to coach them. Asks thoughtful questions about growth and expectations. Demonstrates a clear desire for long-term stable work. Attitude is far harder to teach than skill. Hire character first, train ability second. The best hires walk through the door already half built. So, what to avoid, right? Just as green flags predict success, red flags during the hiring process predict failure. These patterns are not isolated incidents, they are constant behavioral signals. Trust what you observe, not what you're promised. Okay? So, constant excuses for past performance. They blame previous employers for everything. Job hops every few months with no real reason. Doesn't research your company before the interview. Doesn't really understand you. Uses clearly AI-generated interview answers. Doesn't show any interest or curiosity about the role. If somebody's acting like this, it's a clear sign that they're not interested. Or they may be interested. They may be interested, but they're definitely not a good hire. So the red flags for communication: poor English, unclear or heavily broken, doesn't answer questions directly or concisely, low energy throughout the interview, doesn't smile or attempt to build rapport, isn't very friendly, vague or rehearsed answers with no personal insight, right? This is very obvious. Technical red flags: arrives late without proactive communication, unstable internet, right? Camera off, no genuine explanation, noisy, chaotic. Just don't even bother with these kinds of people. So why these matter so much? Every red flag you observe in an interview is amplified in real working environment. Someone who arrives late, a moment they should be most motivated and prepared for, will absolutely arrive late all the time. Someone who blames every past employer won't take ownership and they'll probably blame you. Someone with no curiosity won't improve independently between coaching sessions, they'll just blame you. The instinct to overlook red flags, especially when the candidates seem likable or they tick other boxes, is one of the most common things, right? So don't overlook red flags that are so stupid. Interview behavior predicts their behavior at work. Trust the patterns, not their promises. Look at their patterns, not their words. So why systems beat geography? Many founders believe that restricting their search to a single country is a strategy. It isn't. The most consistently successful hiring outcomes come from not the geography, but from the rigor of the process used to identify, assess, and onboard the talent. So you have to be able to find the talent. At Apex Setting, my business, apexsetting.com, every hire goes through a structured, multi-stage process designed to surface character, test their ability, and verify their reliability before a single offer is extended. This is what allows us to build consistently high-performing teams regardless of the country. Candidate sourcing, so targeted outreach across the right platforms for each role type. CV filtering and initial screening. Remove obvious mismatches before the interview, even investing any time in the interview. Live interviews. Structured conversations to assess communication and mindset. Practical role plays. Real-world simulations that test ability under pressure. Scorecard and reference checks. Score your setters. Training and QA and weekly coaching. Onboarding and ongoing development to maintain elite standards. So the mindset shift is this. The companies that consistently attract and retain A players share one thing in common. They don't rely on luck, instinct, or geography. They build repeatable systems that create consistent outcomes. A structured hiring process protects you from emotional hiring decisions made under pressure, overlooking red flags because a candidate seemed nice, hiring someone because they were available quickly, placing too much weight on a CV credentials over demonstrated ability. Great people genuinely exist in every single country, so do poor performers. The variable that separates elite teams from mediocre ones isn't the country, it's the consistency and rigor of the process used to find them. Systems consistently outperform assumptions. Build the process once, benefit from it from years. So have a system on how you test people, right? Just as I've explained in this video. So if you like that and you want more of it, then like the video. If you need help building a appointment setting team or a VA team, then click the link in the bio, book a call, go to the website, apexsetting.com. I can help you do that. I can coach you on it, or I can actually do it for you. We have a done for you offer, and we have a coaching offer and a training offer. We train teams, we train people, we train businesses, and we mostly focus on sourcing workers, setters, VAs. We interview hundreds of them, so you don't have to. Filter through them, find the best ones, hire the best ones, train them, and manage them so they're doing their work every single day. I hope you liked the video. See you in the next one.